Jumping straight into the video, you're going to need a 2-foot by 4-foot sheet of plywood, a tape measure, pencil, nails, a hammer, pliers, spray paint, a straight edge, and string. First, measure 19 1/4 inches for the width on both sides. Then measure 39 3/4 inches for the length on the top and bottom. Using your straight edge, mark out these lines. You're also going to need a saw. Start to cut out the marked lines and scrap the smaller pieces. With the power of editing, I turn this paper into sandpaper, but make sure to sand each side. Alright, so now once you have your slab cut out, you can start hammering the nails, but it's best to have guidelines. You're also going to need a ruler, so what you're going to do is you're going to mark 1 centimeter away from the edge right here and on that side, and then draw a line across, and you're going to do the same to the other side. Alright, now that you have both these lines drawn, you're going to want to make a diagonal line from the left side to the right side. You're going to start at the edge and go to the edge. Once you have done that, measure 1/2 centimeter away from the edge and proceed to measure every 1 centimeter until you reach to the other side. Do the same for both sides. Now, starting where the two lines intersect, measure every 1 centimeter until you reach the end. Make sure that you have marked 109 lines across the diagonal line, because if you haven't, it'll be very complicated when adding the string. Make sure to go back and recount. Alright, once you're done with that, it should look like this. Once that is finished, grab your nails, hammer, and pliers if you want. For every mark that you drew, add 1 nail and do this for every mark. If you don't want to bash your fingers, use the plier to hold the nail. And now for the sponsor of the video. Well, not really. I just want to let you guys know that I started a woodworking business and I'm selling all types of products, including the one that we're building today. This will be added in the future though. I also want to let you guys know that this project is not my original design. I'm just making a more detailed video than the original creator, Miria Kavaka. Her channel is in the description and she makes a lot of really cool projects, so make sure to visit her channel. Alright, so now that you hammered in about 207 nails, it's time to paint the whole thing. Now, you could use any color you want, but I like to use black because I think it makes the string stand out more. So it got too dark outside, so I just moved it up to my room, and once the paint is dry, you can pick out 6 colors. These are my colors. For the first 2 colors, I chose white and gray, because on my previous projects that I've done, I just like how it looks. And then I chose these colors as like a sunset theme, so it really stands out on the blackboard. Okay, to start off, you're going to take your first color, you're going to count to the 14th nail, and you're going to tie it off to that nail. Now this is optional, but I like to add a little bit of super glue just to make sure the string stays onto the nail. Alright, once you've done that, you're going to want to string this all the way to the first nail, around and back to the 13th nail, and you're going to keep repeating that until you get to the end right here. When doing this, I like to place the string into a mason jar or a cup just to make sure it doesn't fly around. If you are using super glue to keep the string down even more, be very careful because if you get it on the paint, it can pull it off. So now I gotta repaint that. All right, so now you're gonna take your second color. For me, that's gonna be gray, and you're gonna count to the 28th nail. And you're gonna tie your string to that nail. Take this and take it up to the first nail up here, and then I'm gonna bring it back down to the 27th nail, and then the second nail, and I'm gonna repeat that until the gray thread gets back to the first nail down here. All right, so now I'm just gonna complete it for the other side. Alright, now you're going to take your third color and you're going to count to the 14th nail from the gray. And then you're going to count to the 7th nail on this side. And you're going to wrap your string around that one and bring it back to the 13th nail over here. You're going to continue this process until you get to the first 14th nail where the white starts. Once you completed that, do the same for the other side. Okay, now you're going to take your fourth color, mine is an orange, and you're going to count the 14th nail from your third color. Now over here, you're going to count to the 14th nail and start looping it until you reach your third color. Alright, so now take your fifth color, mine is going to be this pink or light red, and you're going to count 14 nails from where your fourth color ends. Alright, and now you're going to want to count to the 21st nail on the set. And you're going to loop your thread around it, and then back over here. You're going to continue this pattern until you get to the 50th nail over here. Alright, now take your sixth and last color, mine is going to be red, and tie to the first nail right here. Then you're going to bring it up here to the 50th nail, and then back down to the second nail. And then take it to the second nail diagonally, and to the third nail. And you're going to repeat that process until you get to the very end. Alright, now just repeat that process for the other side. And with that, you're done. Thank you guys for watching, and if you have any ideas on what I should make next, just leave a comment.